Good day, guys. It's your one and only BSLEG72. As you all know me, your mentor. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell for you to be notified whenever I'll be dropping the next video. Most traders struggle to know whether they are buying too high or selling too low. That's where the EQUIZONE strategy comes in. It shows you the sweet spots to enter the market. Hey traders, I am BSLEG72 and today I'm going to explain the EQUIZONE strategy, one of the most powerful tools for spotting high probability setups and avoiding bad entries. So I've been using this strategy for over a year. Understand? And most of you have been asking me, how do I trade? How do I do this? How do I do that? You understand? So I don't expect you to trade like me, but what I can expect from you is simply at least taking 2 or 3 tools from what I use in order for me to spot those sweet entries and also implement it into your trading style. You understand? So one thing you need to know, guys, this strategy is based on certain times. And one thing that you need to know, guys, this strategy needs you to be disciplined. It needs you to be patient. You understand? So the EQUIZONE, guys, is basically the midpoint of a dealing range. It's the balance point between premium and discount pricing. You understand? So let me just show you a tool that I usually use most that you have been seeing. You understand? So we all know that the top part in this, it is our premium, you understand? And we all know that this bottom part here, this is our discount. And one thing that you need to know as a trader is we always look to buy on a discount if we are bullish, and we always need to look for sells on the premium if we are bearish. You understand? And this middle point that you are seeing, this is the equilibrium. That is the 50% of the premium and discount. You understand? So basically, the discount is the cheap area for you to look for buys, and premium is the expensive areas for you to look for sells. But then if the market structure is bearish, then you need to be looking for sells on the premium zone, and if you're looking for buys, then you need to be looking for the buys on the discount zone. But then if the market comes to your equilibrium, that indicates the price is fairly priced. You understand? Meaning you should just relax and watch and see how the market moves. You understand? So one thing you need to know how it works. So number one, we usually identify the range. Let me just type here. So number one, we usually identify the range. And then number two, let me just do this. Number two, we find the EQUIZONE. Just excuse me a bit. We find the EQUIZONE. You understand? And then number three, we wait for price reaction. And then number four, we plan the trade. And then number five is simply use your risk management. And then number six, you use your time. And then number seven, you simply use your entry model. So these 7 steps, these are certain things that you need to look for. Step number 1, you identify the range. First, you mark
the zones. You mark your previous weekly zones, and then number 2, you find the equizones. Obviously, whenever you mark your zones, you'll always find that equilibrium point. You understand? So number 3, you wait for price reaction. When price trades into your equizone, you actually wait for certain confirmations, like golden zone, tap, like any of the entry types that I'll be showing you. And then you plan your trade. If price is below the equizone, you look for buys. If price is above your equizone, you look for sells. Then obviously risk management, you always look for your entries. You set your stop loss below the zone. You aim for a reward at least 2 times your risk. You understand? So for example, let's take German 30 for instance. If we can check German 30, we are on the weekly time frame. We can actually see this is the current week candle. And my strategy is based on previous week's candles. You understand? So let's say we are taking this candle that you are seeing here. For instance, it's just an example, guys. Stay tuned for more, by the way. You understand? Because I'll be breaking down the whole strategy into different parts. You understand? So let's say you take this previous week candle. If you can check, we have a high and a low of a candle. You simply take this tool that you see here. Understand? It can also be a rectangle, by the way. It can also be a rectangle. And then just simply go and set your middle line here. Just turn this thing on. And then you can simply use it to identify your zones. And then just take it from the high of that previous week candle to the low of that previous candle. And then you can actually see that we have a high, we have a low. And then this whole range, when I say identify the range, I mean this whole price action that you are seeing here. And then number 2, when I say wait or find the equizone, I simply mean identify the 50% of that candle. Understand? Let me just delete this. Let me just delete this. Let me just delete this. And then when I say wait for price reaction, I simply wait for the market to come to your what? To your area, which is the EQUIZONE area for premium, for you to start looking for your sells. Understand? Once the market comes to your premium, that's when now you scale to the smallest time frame. Because if you can go to the 4-hour, let's just see. If you can go to your 4-hour, you can actually see that you are waiting for the market to do what? To simply come to your premium in order for you to look for sells. Understand? In this case, the market already came into your premium, if you can check here. And then if you simply connect your golden zone from a high, which high am I talking about? We are talking about that high, to a low. We can actually see that the market did come and then sold down. You understand? So that is where now you plan your trades. Understand? Which is step number 4. And obviously you use your certain risk management. You understand? So the EQUIZONE, guys, is right in the middle of premium and discount. You understand? So the common mistakes that you need to look for, guys, some traders go wrong by forcing trades in the middle without confirmation. Some ignore the higher time frame directions, and then some are not respecting their stop losses. Understand? So yeah, guys, part 2 will just be uploaded soon. If you enjoyed this breakdown of the EQUIZONE strategy, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more trading tutorials. And if you want me to show you live setups using this strategy, comment below and then I'll cover it in the next video. Thank you, guys.